No, I'm obsessed. 287 pages. I'm excited to read this, but also equally sad to finish it. This is everything that I love. Hello everyone and welcome back to another How Much I Read in a Week. This is a very busy week for me because this is my birthday week. So I don't actually know how much reading I'm going to get, but life has gotten very busy. I'm also going on holiday in like 2 weeks time. So things are a little bit crazy, but I thought that I would kickstart off this video by jumping straight into this. I actually did all my reading last night in bed, so we didn't start the vlog then, but I did write down how many pages I wrote on Monday. And I actually did all my reading for this in the AM. I was filming a 24-hour readathon and I stopped counting like how many pages I read in a week as soon as it turns like midnight and they like follow over. So yesterday I didn't actually get any reading done like in the evening. It was at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning before I went to bed. And I finished off Powerless by Elsie Silver and started Reckless. So we're going to be continuing on with Reckless hopefully today. Today is Tuesday. So we read 287 pages of Powerless and finished that. And then we had enough time to start Reckless and I read 164 pages, which is 451 pages read on Monday. And then today I'm going out for my birthday dinner with Cami, and hopefully when I hop into bed I can pick up Reckless, but I will be reading it I think on my Kindle because it's on Kindle Unlimited if you didn't know. So that's how I like to read in bed. Hopefully we'll pick that up and I will come back to the camera and catch up with you and talk about the book when I start reading again. Really just diving straight in with this video this week. We're almost like 50% of the way through, we're just under, and I think that I'm just gonna sit and binge this book tonight because it is too good. Like, I really loved Powerless, but I'm really loving Reckless. Like, Theo, there's also just something about like a colder, icier female character that I just love, and I feel like I get. If they're a bitch, I'm probably gonna like them. I don't know what that says about me, but like, I'm a Nesta girly, so I kind of really like Winter. I didn't like her in Flawless, which was Summer's book, because if you have no idea what I'm talking about, I'm reading the Chestnut Springs series. So I picked up the first book. There's 5 books and they're interconnected standalone, so technically you can just pick up one and read it without having read the rest. You don't need to. They're all individual love stories, but they follow, well, at least the books start off with the Eaton brothers and they live on a ranch in Canada. The first book's about Rhett, who's a bull rider, and Summer. And then Rhett has brothers who have spin-off books, but then the girls also are sort of connected. So book 1 is about Summer, and book 4 that I'm reading right now is about her sister Winter. And Rhett in book 1 is a bull rider, and one of the guys that he works with, his like protege, he's in this. So everyone's connected. There's like cousins and friends, and it's really good. And then obviously Elsie Silver also has the Rose Hill series because Chestnut Springs is finished. She's been writing the Rose Hill series, which is a spin-off of the Chestnut Springs. So there's so many books and characters and everything that's all connected. So like the more you read, the more people you know. And I also want to go and read her like original series. It was like Gold Rush series, because that follows Violet Eaton, the only daughter. She's got a book and like her group of friends and stuff. So in the last book, Powerless, we got like a cameo of the first series off. So I feel like I'm getting obsessed. I love fantasy so much and I want to read a fantasy, but I'm kind of procrastinating going into a fantasy because I just feel like I'm so busy at the moment I don't have time to commit to a fantasy. So I think I'd like to finish this book tonight now, and then tomorrow I can either pick up the last book in the Chestnut Springs series or we'll pick up something else. But the point is I want to finish this tonight before bed. I've only got a couple hours. Yeah, I can read for maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours, which is how long I have left of reading in this book with my fast reading speed, because I am a fast reader. So I know I can smash this out. So I'm gonna stop talking and just read. I'm also like wearing my Crescent City pajamas from Live Co. I've worn my Akatar ones like a lot lately in my vlogs, but I'll leave a link to these down below. And they also gave me a code, Emmy Reads 10, which if you want to get something will give you 10% off, but that's the code that I also use when I want to buy stuff there. So shout out to Livco for giving me a discount. I've got an Akatar set, and then I've just ordered like a longer, a different material, but Throne of Glass set. I'm so excited. But like pink and red is my color combination. Like this is me. I love it so much. So this is definitely my favorite. We're gonna go and sit and read about Theo and Winter. I just love them so much. Anyways, might do a little bit of reading here and then we'll probably go and finish it off in bed. Also, the way that he calls her Tink. I knew in a minute. Cooper's wanting to get involved. I read Reckless last night. We finished it. I read it on Kindle though, so I need to like figure out exactly how many pages that was. It was like 380 something on Kindle, so not like too different, but I will work out the exact pages that I read. This was 5 stars. This was perfect. I am obsessed with Winter and Theo. That specific like character dynamic, like I said, I ridiculously love a colder, distant main female character who's just misunderstood. Theo just being so completely open and honest from the start of like, yep, that's the one for me. I really don't care what anyone else says or think. I would fold in half and crawl across glass for Theo Silver. Not to be dramatic or anything, like him and Jasper are my favorites. And it's funny because they're not Eton boys. They're just Eton adjacent. It got me. It got me so good. Love, 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 love. But I can't stop thinking about it. I think I might just read the last book in the Chestnut Springs series, Beau's Story, because I can read these books in 1 to 2 sittings. It's very easy for me, very mindless. I don't need to think about world building or anything. We're just jumping straight into like characters that I love and know in a world I love and know. So I think that's how I want to like spend my birthday. And it also would feel successful then finishing a book series that I'm in the middle of, and then I can say that I've read all of the Chestnut Springs books finally. And I still have Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver that I want to read, but I think I'm going to take that on my holiday with me in like a week and a half and read that. I feel like that's giving like prime time to read that, and I just think I'll really enjoy finishing the series. I'm also like so in my Chestnut Springs era. Like I'm obsessed, but it's not like I love the cowboy vibes, but it's just like the writing and the characters and the stories themselves. Like Elsie Silver's writing is just, it sucks me in. It's just so entertaining, and I get so giddy over her characters. Like I actually can't stop giggling and blushing about like fictional characters and words on paper. So if you have any like contemporary romance stories that give you similar feelings to this, it doesn't even have to be like a cowboy romance or anything, but just like love stories that you get giddy over, please let me know, because I'm really enjoying my contemporary romances at the moment. I don't know, when everything's just a bit stressful, like I'm just gravitating towards them, so that's very fun. But I will check back in with you later on this evening when we pick up Book of the Evening and read that. Right, cool. Hello. I didn't actually do any reading yesterday, which is a bit of a surprise. The last clip you saw was me saying that I would catch you up when I pick up a book that evening, and I didn't, so we didn't catch up. It is the next day. It is my birthday, and I have had the busiest day. I honestly think that I'm only maybe going to be able to read for an hour in bed tonight. Last night I had YouTube video editing to do and like catching up on work, so I was hoping that I'd be able to pick up a book, but I honestly just didn't have the time. And lately that's sort of been becoming normal for me. Like I have at least one day a week where I don't read just because I'm busy editing videos. So not ideal. I'd like to be able to read every single day if I can, but sometimes it just isn't physically possible for me at the moment. I'm doing way too many things at once. You know, just trying to ride the wave, because things in life does slow down, but right now it is a little bit busy and hectic. So I do think I'm only going to be able to read for maybe like an hour tonight max in bed. I've got a dance class soon, so I need to get ready for that and head out, and I probably won't be home until after 8 p.m. and then Cami and I are gonna like order some food, pick that up, and watch a movie later tonight. So I'll literally be falling into my bed to go completely to sleep, because this morning I woke up at like 6 a.m. to go to Pilates. So it's been a very, very busy day, and I don't feel like I'm gonna get much work, like reading, done. I'll pick up my book because I really do want to finish my Elsie Silver book. I'm really loving it at the moment. I will read a little bit of that tonight and then continue on again tomorrow. Hello everyone, I am home. I have actually been out all day today. I had birthday dinner at my parents with my family tonight, so I've just gotten home, I've showered, I've taken off all my makeup, I'm about to crawl into bed, but I ordered myself for my birthday one of these like Kindle stands, and then I also got like a clicker remote, and it's so extra. Like, I said to myself that I wouldn't be one of those people who got a Kindle stand and a button, because you can just hold your Kindle and swipe. Like, you don't need, like, it just seemed very unnecessary to me. And then lately I've been having a lot of like neck and shoulder pain. I had a sports massage like a couple weeks ago now. I should probably go and get another one, but you know, correcting my posture and working on things. But my neck has been so sore, so in bed reading books, physical books, is just like a no. So I've been reading a lot of Kindle books at nighttime in bed, which is also why I've been reading the Chestnut Springs series mainly in Kindle. But you know what, everyone says once you get one of these it changes your life, and I have a feeling it's going to change mine, so I might set it up tonight and read. But I am absolutely exhausted and I'm up early again tomorrow, so I think I'm only going to like read 1 or 2 chapters because my eyes are already struggling to stay awake. But I'm enjoying this book way more than I thought I would. I mean, I knew I would enjoy it because I love all of Elsie Silver's books, but I had heard that this was people's like least favorite in the series, and I actually really like the two of them together, and I like how like random Bailey is. She just says what she's thinking even if like she shouldn't. But I'm gonna continue on, maybe read 1 or 2 more chapters, and then hopefully finish the book tomorrow, because there's no way I'm gonna be able to finish it tonight. Maybe we'll give the Kindle stand a try if I can figure out how to set it up, because it's very like rigid and tough. I need to figure that out, but we'll find out tomorrow how many pages I read today. We're gonna completely ignore the fact that I am wearing Christmas pajamas in September, okay? It's really cold and these are the only winter PJs I have right now. I need to go and get all my stuff out, but I've just finished our book club book of the month. If you're not in my book club, I host a book club every month on Fable. It's free to join, anyone can join. The link is down in my description at all times. We read The Prison Healer, and I just went and sat and finished the rest of the book today. So I read 292 pages just now, and I still want to do some more reading, so I'm going back to Hopeless by Elsie Silver. I'd like to get as close to finishing this today if I can. Ideally I'd like to finish it, so I'm just going to sit in bed and read it. We're 25% of the way through, so we've got, oh wow, this is a long book, 500 pages. That doesn't seem right. Wow, yeah, 500 pages. Wow, maybe I won't finish it tonight. But I'm gonna get as far through Hopeless as I can. I'm honestly obsessed with the Chestnut Springs series, and I'm actually so upset that I'm gonna be done. I still have Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver to read, and then I think I'm gonna go and maybe buy her like first book series. Pick that up, because now they've been like re-released with like new trad covers, so might do that because I just love her writing. It's just fun. Like, anytime I read an Elsie Silver book, I'm just giggling. It's just such a fun palette cleanser. I get the hype now. I would say she is like up there as like one of my fave author by romance writers. I think it's the formula she has for her books and her writing and relationships are perfect. If anything, sometimes I think the spice could be dialed down personally, because like I'm not really like a big fan of super spicy books. Like, I don't mind them when they develop the plot, but I don't like spice for the sake of spice. And sometimes I feel like she does like to have a few back-to-back spicy scenes, and I'm just like, not for me. Everything else I love. I love the variety of tropes. She really does it all. I love the found family, the small town vibes, the different types of characters she writes and their dynamics with each other. I just think that each character is so distinctly different to one another, and I love it, and everything just works. And there's always an interesting minor subplot going on in the background, as well as focusing on the two characters and their relationship and how they're going to get together. The typical contemporary romance is always like a third act conflict of some sort and a resolution, and all the books end in like happily ever afters, and they're all cheesy. All her endings pretty much end in the same way, with a specific question. But it's reliable, you know what you're getting, and I enjoy it. I think it's a fun time. So I'm excited to read this, but also equally sad to finish it. We're gonna sit and read this in bed. I'm gonna read as much as I possibly can, and then I'll catch up with you tomorrow when we read for the last day of this week. Honestly, this like actual weekdays this week has been so busy, and then I do like all my reading for the week over the weekend. Like I read at least like 4 books at the weekends. When you read like 5 to 7 books a week, reading 4 at the weekends on average is the majority of it. So hopefully we'll be able to get through 2 books tomorrow, but I'm excited to finish this. So I finished Hopeless last night. I gave it 4 stars because I just feel like Elsie Silver and her writing, it's all at least a 4 stars. I do think this one is one of my least favorites out of all of the books. I feel like the first book and the last book are my least favorites, and it's not because they're bad or I didn't like the characters. I think I just preferred the other storylines and connected to the other characters even more. Still really good. Very different. This one is a bit more lusty from the start rather than like a slower burn. Go get a toy. Go get a toy. Down the ramp. Go get a toy. Find it. But I'm very, 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 very sad that it's over, but like very, very happy that I've read it. I feel very good about this series. I really like it. I think they've made like the perfect palette cleansers. My brain has just really, I've literally read the last 3 books in this series in the last like week and a half. So I'm very happy with that. And that was 390 pages that I read. And I obviously finished our book club book, which was 292. So that's 682 pages that we read on Saturday. And I didn't actually start reading until later on in the evening. So hopefully we can read even more today. What I'm gonna be reading next actually wasn't on the original plan, but it's on Kindle Unlimited. And Sarah messaged me asking if I had read this book because she wants to get my opinions on it, and then she sent me a second message when she had finished the book saying I need to read the book. So I am not going to ignore a Bestie Sarah recommendation, especially when it's a personal one. All I have heard about this book, like I've seen the physical book everywhere. I've seen it on my TikTok For You page. I've seen like booktubers unboxing it and getting it recently. To my understanding, it is not available in the UK physically, like in stores and stuff. Like when I tried to look it up on Waterstones, it says it will come in like 2 to 3 weeks direct from the publisher. Like it's not in, I can't walk into a Waterstones and pick it up. I think it's a newer release, but it's also not an indie book. I think Hachette or one of their like houses have it. So I'm very, very intrigued by it. Feel like it's probably gonna be like the next big book that people are talking about, but it has been described as Kingdom of the Wicked with like a darker adult version of Caraval. That's the aesthetic, that's the vibe that the book's giving, and it is a romantasy. I'm gonna jump straight into that and read that on my Kindle because like I said, it's available on Kindle Unlimited. So I'd like to read the entire book in one sitting, and then that way I can message Sarah and tell her my thoughts. There is just so many books that I want to read, and I feel like I've been putting off so many books. Like I have the 4th book in the Flesh and Fire series to read. I haven't read it yet. I literally got it on release day and I haven't read it because I know that when I finish that book, there's no more Nyctos. There is no more of that story. There's still Blood and Ash books to come, but it's not the same. It's not Nyctos, and I love Nyctos so much. Oh, like I think Blood and Ash is good. I think it's long. I like the world and the lore and the history. Book 2 and 3 were probably my least favorites, but book 4 I feel like book 4 was giving Flesh and Fire vibes. Book 4 was when there was more action, everything was coming together, but a lot of people controversially don't like book 4. So I just think, I just love to have the opposite book taste of everyone else. Like what everyone loves, I don't really like, and what everyone doesn't really like, I love. So, you know, keeps things interesting. Anyways, Blood and Ash. I love it, but I also hate it. I'm so conflicted with that series. Cooper, do you mind keeping the noise down a little bit for a minute? Thank you. Yeah, I'm very conflicted with Blood and Ash, but like Flesh and Fire. Flesh and Fire. Shadow in the Ember is one of my favorite books ever. Though, very nervous because book 3 in Flesh and Fire started to like give Blood and Ash vibes. Like it's literally connected, so the characters overlap and like it's the same world and like the gods and stuff. But book 1 and book 2 were both 5-star reads for me. Book 3, it started to feel a little bit like filler. And book 4, I have heard such mixed opinions and I am scared that it's going to like ruin how much I love the series and love those characters. But I really want to read that, so I might take it away on holiday with me or try and read it next week. But it's so big. And I'm like, I could read like 2 books in the time that it takes me to read that one. Which is also how I feel about The Final Empire. Because I started this book and then I put it down. I wouldn't say I soft DNF'd it. I just picked up other books instead of really picking this one up. So I'm only like this much of the way through. But I know once I read it, I'll get back into it and I'll love it. But it's so big and I'm just like, I could read 2 books in the time it would take me to read this one. But yeah, I could also just read this one and then it's done. You know, I don't know what is going on with my brain right now. Like big books are scaring me and they've never scared me before. I think maybe because I'm already sort of behind on my reading goals because I've been very busy this last week, that I'm like, maybe I should just prioritize reading more, but that's not good because quality over quantity always. And they're both books that I know I will really enjoy. So anyways, rambling on over here. You may have noticed my jumper. I don't know if this is actually going to be announced by the time this video comes out, but hopefully so. A little sneak peek. If you follow either of my Instagrams at Emmy Rosem or What Emmy Reads with 2 S's because someone else had my username. An announcement post should already have gone up by now talking about my book merch because I made book merch. This is my book merch. This is my handwriting in my stars. More information will come on Friday. We are launching this Friday, the 27th of September at 6 p.m. UK time. I think that's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll leave links to the announcement and stuff below, but full launch is coming Friday, and then on Friday I have my birthday vlog coming. It's a very bookish vlog. We're going book shopping, we're got book hauls, we're doing a lot of cute bookish things. But also it's the whole like behind the scenes, creating like my book merch and all of that. Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but very excited. I'm very excited for that video and it's coming on Friday this week instead of Saturday. So you'll be able to watch that when we launch. But this is a little sneak peek at one of the designs. And that's all I'm going to show you because you can see the rest on my Instagram. And then obviously on Friday. So mark it in your calendars. Very, 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 very excited. Okay, let's go into Phantasma now. We're 4 pages in and we have main female character, eldest daughter, who has a need to be good to do well by everyone who has ever expected anything of her. I also think she has OCD. She was talking about like she did everything the way she should, like wrapping her knuckles on the headboard and stuff to make sure that things would be fine. Like very me coded. I kind of love it already. It's giving witchy. It's giving very, you know, dark, perfect for the season. Oh, I'm excited. I think we have just met the main male character. It's giving me Death from Belladonna. A ghost? No, I'm obsessed. Oh man. 49 pages. 49 pages. And I'm literally folding for a ghost. A ghost. It's too good. This is everything that I love. It's everything. We've had a good introduction. I kind of want more character descriptions though. Like I feel like right now so far, like I haven't been able to like visualize what the character looks like. because we haven't really had any character descriptions, but we had like some really great setting up of the world that they live in. An issue that has happened that obviously the plot is gonna follow to try and like find a resolution. And now an introduction to what other characters. I actually need help. I really enjoy the way that this is written as well. And like the author's writing style, I'm really finding it easy to just like fly through. But you should hope we do not meet again, Angel. Bye. I'm done. I'm done. Oh, fictional men. It's not even a man, it's a fucking ghost. Oh, I love my life. I took a nap. I took a break. I took a nap. I thought I'd be finished the book by now, but that nap, bad idea. But I'm like 30% of the way and I'm just gonna sit and binge the rest. This is literally giving Kingdom of the Wicked with like a Caraval adult type of setting. It's like a dark romantasy, witchy stuff going on. Devils, these like 7 corridors of sin and all these like ghouls and ghosts, and our main male character is a phantom. A phantom. Like Danny Phantom. And he also has like white hair. But like ghosts and stuff don't have legs. And they don't drink or eat food, and this phantom does. And she doesn't know much about phantoms, so she's expecting him to be like a ghost. And then she's like, I don't know anything about phantoms. You're gonna learn. There's these like trials, but the trials are giving like Caraval in the sense of like there's like 9 days and these like 9 levels or something. I really can't remember. This nap has thrown me through a loop, but the main female character basically enters these trials because she's trying to find her sister who has ran away to these trials. Can you be quiet? Just wait 1 minute. So that's where it's giving like Caraval, and also just like the aesthetic and the vibe. And Cooper wants attention, as always. So I'm just gonna continue reading it, but I kind of love it. I kind of really love it. So we are at the end of the week now. I finished Phantasma last night. You know, I was hoping to read 2 books yesterday, but that nap honestly threw me through a loop, but it was very much needed because you saw throughout the week how busy I was and how little reading I actually got done because of it. So it was really prioritizing my sleep. It was also my birthday week, so I was out like every single night. But Phantasma was a 4.25 star for me. I very much enjoyed it. I am a little bit obsessed with the main male character in it. You know, that's like 3 books now I've read that have had white-haired ghosts or phantom type of demon main male characters that I have absolutely folded for. 3's not that many, but it's also quite a lot considering how specific that character archetype is. I really did like that. I do definitely think the way it's described as Kingdom of the Wicked meets Caraval, but like adult dark fantasy is completely right. It has a lot of elements in the book and similar tropes for fantasy romances, but like the story overall together as a whole is unique enough for it to like stand out on its own. So if you're craving like a darker romance, you want something really atmospheric, you want something adult but with carnival haunted house type vibe, but not scary, but like very atmospheric and ghosty, like One Dark Window or Belladonna, those darker gothic fantasy vibes, but demons and the 7 sins and witchy vibes from Kingdom of the Wicked, like it will hit all those cravings in all those different spots. And it is going to be interconnected standalone series. So book 2 has already been announced and confirmed that it's going to be following our main female character's sister, and I'm very intrigued and excited. Like I will definitely be picking that up. The only thing I wish is that the ending was sort of, because it is a standalone, it wraps up the story up. There's no cliffhanger endings. It all does, you know, come to a resolution and conclusion, but I do feel like it was kind of rushed towards the end. Like we could have cut out some of the middle part of the book or the slower scenes and given more time for the ending. I feel like it wrapped things up almost a little bit too neatly, and I would have loved to have more information and like exploration into what happened 500 years ago. I feel like that would be such a fun story, even as like a prequel novella or something. I would so read that. There was so much we could have gone into with that specific plot point, and I would have loved more on that. So that's the only thing. I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. I will be recommending it. I think it's very fun. And I'm always getting asked for more standalone fantasy recommendations, so I'm glad that there are more coming out that I can read to be able to recommend when people ask me now. So thank you so much for spending a week with me, guys. A little bit different to my other how much I read in a week vlogs. And if you're interested to know the total pages for the end of the week, we read 2,014 pages, which was 4.5 books read. So it was still a very good week, and I did read a lot. But obviously for me and my channel and how much you guys know I read, I do typically read more. I don't care about the amount of pages and books that I read, as long as I'm reading each day, if that makes sense. So even if it's a little bit each day, because unfortunately my mental health is so linked to how much I get to read, because reading books makes me happy. But I'm gonna end this vlog here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.